What is up guys, JayFerGaming here, welcome back to my F1 2016 career mode. This is season 3, the Austrian Grand Prix. If you're new to my channel, do remember to go and check out previous videos and all them races, because especially recently our performance has picked up dramatically. We're doing so well at the moment. You can see in the championship battle, we are doing well compared to our old team Renault. I mean, our teammate is just totally outshining this car. But yeah, very competitive at the moment as the car develops, so we're looking good. I mean, we could even have an outside shot at the title, but that's getting a bit too far ahead of ourselves, especially considering we have the 7th quickest car. So I'm very surprised at how well myself and Nico have done this season, but it's time for an upgrade. We have the resource points available, and we're going to reduce the chassis weight. I feel like that's a big thing for this car, because we only had one upgrade of the chassis weight when I joined the team. So you can see we're doing well. Recently, the victory in Canada, 2nd place in Baku, which was incredible considering how bad I've been in the past 2 seasons there. In previous seasons, we finished 2nd, which was a fantastic result, and 16th, so a bit of a mixed bag, but let's see how we do in qualifying.
Thanks for joining us on this Saturday afternoon, where qualifying is about to start here in Austria. So sit back and enjoy the afternoon session.
So we're here with our final run. Our previous 2 runs were not great on the super soft tyres, and then on the ultra softs was Sebastian Vettel. What are you doing on my qualifying lap? Staying on the racing line, it's an absolute disgrace. Cost me time there. And then same again with Hamilton. He's on the race line. This made me brake early for that corner, and they've just absolutely ruined my lap. And I'm in P18 at the moment, so I was not happy at all, because we put in a bit of a sideshow on the super softs, so we went out on the ultra softs, and it was a bit of a scruffy lap. So I was banking on this final lap, and at this point I knew we're not going to go any quicker. I've cocked this up, I've been held up, so what? No point. We're going to go into the pits, and we're going to end up in P18, which is an absolute disaster considering how well we've done in the past 2 races. We've only outqualified the Haas's and the Saubers. Very disappointing indeed. Our teammate qualified P11, so it shows we don't have the best of pace, but we should be fighting to try and get into the top 10. The likes of the 2 Mercedes are outside the top 10 as well. Just so shows how close the grid is this season. So let's get to the race. So here we are before the Austrian Grand Prix, and we have a threat of rain for the second half of the race. So I thought, I'm going to try something here. I'm going to start on the soft compound tyres and try and no stop until the rain comes out. I'd imagine most of the AI will obviously the ones in the top 10 will start on the ultra soft. So hopefully they pit at least once, and we try and make the most of that situation. But it's going to be interesting to see what tyre wear is like and when it does start to rain. So building up for the Austrian Grand Prix, 5 lights, and away we go. Can we get a good start? It's not been too good, but we look behind us. The Haas's and Saubers are incredibly slow, so I'm very lonely going into turn 1 here. Just picking my opportunity, trying to get a good slingshot out of turn 1, trying to use the slipstream here of the former Ferrari teammates as we go to the left. We're trying to get Alonso and then switch back to the inside if possible to make up a few positions. Up the inside of Massa, Kvyat. Can we get Button as well? I didn't expect it, but we're side by side. And there's a yellow flag as well. A bit of oversteer there, but we control the car. Yellow flag, I'm going to guess there's a bit of contact behind us. We've got to run on Rosberg. It's very risky because we know at the Austrian Grand Prix, Rosberg does not like to turn into a corner. Oh, slide digs. It's usually at Hamilton, so yeah, thanks for the nudge as well, Nico. But yeah, we're giving it back to Nico here. We're going to try and go for the move. We nearly hit the back of him. Luckily, there's no contact, but we settle into P14. Solid start so far, but I know just a few cars outside the top 10 starting on the soft compound tyres, which is very interesting. There's a big kerfuffle ahead of us. Rosberg's incredibly slow. We locked up. I didn't expect him to be this slow going into turn 2. So we go all the way around the outside of Nico. I think he got held up by Hülkenberg and Manor going very slowly. And now we've got to run on his teammate Hamilton. The Mercedes are seriously struggling in this race so far. Up the inside, do we get the move done? Yes, we do. up to P12, and then Hulkenberg as well, my teammate on the soft compound tyres. So I think a lot of these drivers are doing the similar strategy to what I am, hoping that it rains before they have to make a pit stop. Hulkenberg gets bulked there by Wehrlein. We've got to run on Wehrlein, and this is to get us into the top 10. He squeezes us to the inside, but we're going to get a run here. We've been hit. Someone's hit us. We're getting pushed down to turn 2. It's absolute carnage here. This safety car is out. What happened there? Wehrlein's out the race. You've got to see some replays there. I get pushed halfway down the straight here, and no, it's not my teammate, it's Nico. What is Nico doing to me? He spins round, I'm round, Wehrlein's out the race. I'm not sure if a Mercedes was involved there as well, so Wehrlein gets a fantastic one, nudges me, and then nudges me again, just pushes me into Wehrlein, and there's nothing I can do there. And the AI have a tendency to do this sometimes. It's very weird. They just don't know when to take their foot off the accelerator. This is on board of Rosberg. You can see, I think it's Rosberg that takes Wehrlein out the race there. And Wehrlein comes back when he's out the race, hits the back of Rosberg. This is going to be a very interesting view here. Let's see on board with the man. Yeah, you can just see he just gets sandwiched there. The Mercedes is coming. Then I'm at a weird angle going straight into the manor. And it's just absolute carnage into turn 2. All caused by my teammate Nico Hulkenberg. So half of my wing is pretty damaged, so I'm going to come into the pits, make the most of this safety car period, and I'm actually going to go into the super soft tyres because I have been told by my engineer it's meant to start raining in about 10 laps. So if you think about it, we have the safety car period, then these tyres can probably go, I'm guessing, around 10-11 laps, so these should do until the rain comes out. That's what I'm hoping for. We're coming out in P20 with Jensen Button just behind us, and then getting ready for the safety car restart. But the AI were weird behind the safety car, and I ended up very far behind when the restart began, so not the best of restarts there for myself, but we're trying to catch up to the cars ahead. Hopefully they start battling to give us a shot of overtaking, and let's see if anything happens into turn 1. Bottas is going for the move on Ericsson, and let's see if he slows him down. Yeah, Ericsson gets a really poor exit there on the curb as well. So we fly past the Sauber up to P17, a couple of other cars pit as well. Let's see if there's a yellow flag ahead of us. I don't know if there's been contact down here, and we're going to brake for the corner. Everyone's going so slowly with the yellow flag, and I just didn't know what to do here. It looks like it's my teammate once again. So I've gone to leave a legal overtake on Ricciardo. Where the hell is Ricciardo? I'm slowing down and I don't know where Ricciardo is. What's going on? Can we let the Red Bull through? I just thought I'm going to continue now, and then the warning randomly disappeared. So in hindsight, I should have just carried on because I've lost a lot of time there unnecessarily. And oh, these cars are so slow once again. They're stuck behind my teammate who has no front wing. So we need to try and negotiate all these cars. It's absolute carnage. What is Nico doing in this race? So I tried to get Button here, but my teammate's just blocking me so badly. Button gets back round me, and I thought, I'm going to go round the outside. It's the main thing to do. Hulkenberg just needs to get off the racing line and get the hell out of the way. So we're finally away from all them absolute idiots. We're up to P10, but we've got a huge gap ahead of us. I don't know if that's at 13 seconds to Palmer, but we've got a lot of work to do. So we set the fastest lap of the race, get ourselves up into P8. A couple of cars had been into the pits, but with all that slowing down for legal overtakes, I've ended up very far behind the top 7. And you can see Romain Grosjean in the Haas, who hasn't scored, the team haven't scored a point since season 1, is in P7, so a great opportunity for the Haas team there, and in a way it'll be good to see. We used to battle a lot in the points in the early stages of the season. A couple of laps later, a little bit of contact. The Manners are having a shocking race. They have what, the 4th quickest car, 3rd quickest car? Having an absolute shocker. They need more points, and he's made contact there with, I think that was Ricciardo there, so that was Haryanto into the wall. And that brought out the virtual safety car. So obviously trying to take advantage of this, gain as much time on Grosjean as we can. But we've got Raikkonen on the same compound tyre as us, closing in on us. He does have pretty good pace. And the VSC is all done, and away we go. So what's the gap to Grosjean ahead? It is 4.5 seconds, so we are closing in. I think we gained actually around a second in the VSC period there, but you can see the rain, it's starting to come down. I'm struggling on these tyres, and it's not to do with tyre wear. It's because the track is very tricky indeed. Raikkonen's on the back of me. He's definitely closed in very quickly, but we are still closing in on Grosjean, and I thought, I'm starting to struggle here. Let's see what happens here. Am I going to go into the pits? I just understeer into Raikkonen, can't turn the car, and I thought, I've got to go in now, because I'm just going to lose so much time, probably get overtaken by Kimi, so we are taking a bit of a gamble here to go on to the intermediate tyres. I don't feel it's like the proper crossover point. DRS hasn't been disabled either, so it's going to be interesting to see how we perform in these next few laps. It feels like it could be intermediate conditions at any moment, so we come out in P13. And on this lap we did struggle a little bit, but we did keep Bottas behind us. And then on to the next lap, that's when the crossover point was. You can see the cars ahead are about to struggle. I come from absolutely miles behind. I think I was about 100 metres behind Gutierrez there. Flew up the inside and got the move done. You can see on the minimap the AI is starting to come into the pit. So let's see if this has worked out for us, if we can gain any positions. Haryanto, we're struggling here. We do a bit of a sexy move here. A bit of a switch back up the inside. Nicely done, up to P11. So I think it's nearly time to see how this gamble to go onto the intermediate tyres slightly earlier has paid off for us. So the cars are in the pits, coming down the start-finish straight. It's been a very solid lap. So coming into turn 1, Verstappen's behind us, Palmer's behind us, Raikkonen's behind us, and we're into P8. So we're in the exact same position as before, but we can see Grosjean is a lot closer than us, and we've extended the gap on Kimi. So we've probably gained about 3 or 4 seconds there, so it has worked out quite well. So now by the end of the lap, as we have confidence in our tyres, Grosjean obviously just come out the pits, we're going to go for the move on the Haas driver. He's had a fantastic race, but he's too slow for me to be stuck behind him any longer. So going for the move into turn 1, outbraking the Haas driver inside line, gets the move done. There we go, up to P7. And now to try and chase the Mercedes of Nico Rosberg. So we were racing Rosberg earlier on in the race. I think getting held up waiting for Ricciardo has cost us a little bit there. But we skipped to lap 28. Rosberg and Sainz are battling ahead of us, and Raikkonen behind us. He was closing in, but now he's out the race. I'm going to guess it's an engine failure. It usually is in career mode, and it is indeed, but there was no safety car or virtual safety car. So we skipped to lap 28 now. Rosberg has overtaken Sainz, as I did mention before, but now things were getting very tricky, and I thought, understeer there, nope, it's time for wet tyres. The track is getting absolutely sodden, but the key thing is, with a few laps to go, it is meant to clear up a little bit, so we could be going back to intermediates. I don't know what's going to happen yet. So we're up to P6. We've actually jumped Carlos Sainz in the pits phase, so he must have had damage to the front wing or a stop-go penalty, which I think I'm yet to receive a stop-go penalty in this game, which is unbelievable considering it's now nearly February, which is, oh, it is February whenever this gets released. But we're on the back of Massa, who has some car issues, but we can see Rosberg is in the distance, so if we get past Felipe as quick as possible, we might have an outside shot of fighting with Nico. But we need to get this Williams out the way, trying to get him into turn 1 like we overtook Grosjean earlier on. We're not as late on the brakes this time, but we're under control, up to P5, so it's been a fantastic recovery since getting taken out by our teammate, but sadly for us, we could not catch up to Nico. Lewis Hamilton has won the race. I'm pretty sure he started outside the top 10, so he must have got the strategy absolute bang on, and it kind of annoys me because he blocked me in qualifying, so oh well. But we're going to come around the final corner, keeping it cautious, not getting too far onto the curb, but we're coming home for P5, a solid 10 points for us, and I'm just so happy with our performance. Starting 18th to finish P5, incredible drive. Hamilton takes a victory from Magnussen. Looks like the extra pit stop for Kevin might have cost him the victory there. Danny Kvyat in the Toro Rosso finally getting the result their car needs, because they've got a very high performance car, I'll say, but they don't score the points they probably need to. So we get 5th place, 10 points. Our teammate finishes in P12. After taking us out, he was absolutely nowhere. And Romain Grosjean, who was running around in 7th, ended up 13th, which is a shame for him. So Verstappen has a 7-point lead at the top. Hulkenberg's dropped down to 3rd, but we've closed in on him. Only 11 points behind him, and we're mixing it up with the Renaults. I really didn't expect to be saying that this early on in the season, so if we can beat them this season, I think that's a very good achievement for us. Hamilton jumps up, so he's closing in on us, but it's very close. I mean, I'm only 36 points ahead of Kvyat in P12, so I could say that most of the field can finish absolutely anywhere. We see the non-scorers there. Alonso's yet to get any points. McLaren really struggling in this career. I find that to be very surprising. So we skip to the constructors. We're only 27 points off Renault. Could we could we bid for the title? That would be absolutely incredible. Red Bull, then Mercedes and Ferrari. So if you have enjoyed this video, please do leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next race. Goodbye.